Welcome back to the channel, it's 9, and today we are going to be talking about more acquisitions possibly coming into the future, and this time it is about Warner Brothers Discovery possibly being up for sale when it comes to studios and licensing IP. Now, before we get into that, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now let's get into this. So this comes from Imran Khan, a proven reliable source in the past. And he tweets, couldn't get enough confirmation to actually write a post about it, but hearing a decent bit of chatter this week about Warner Brothers Discovery shopping their game development studios around. He goes on to say, interested parties include EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, and PUBG Corp. Lastly, he states that Warner Brothers Discovery wants to sell studios and license IP, supposedly. So this is a lot of pretty exciting information, especially when you talk about how many people could be interested in this if this ends up being the case. So what does this mean, right? So we know we got this tweet. If this tweet is true, what could this mean for the games industry, for Sony, more importantly, as we cover Sony on this channel? A lot of you will already know that this isn't the first time we're hearing about something regarding acquisitions with Warner Brothers. This is something that we've heard quite a few times, and I think there could be validity to this, but still, I would take this as a rumor. I mean, I don't want to get too excited about this. We need to manage expectations at the end of the day, and this is what we're doing. So if this is the truth, the competition is going to be fierce. Like, you're already hearing these names, interested parties, EA, Take-Two, Microsoft. Like, these are big companies with a lot of money, so their pockets are deep, and that's going to be a lot of competition for, say, a Sony who doesn't have Microsoft's money, right? Tencent has a lot of money as well. So we're not dealing with small companies here. We're talking about companies with a lot of money that are willing to spend it to pick up some pretty valuable IP or studios. So it makes a lot of sense. And then there's the licensing IP thing, which I'm not 100% sure on. But what could Sony buy? Because we're looking at this from the aspect of, like, Sony. Is Sony going to pick up any of these companies or try to pick up any of these companies? And I think NetherRealm is the obvious one. I think it's pretty clear that NetherRealm would be the studio that they want, especially for Mortal Kombat. We know that EVO was something they invested heavily in, and this would really bolster their own fighting game first-party lineup, which they don't really have at the moment. Everything they rely on is technically third-party, so EVO purposes alone, it would make a lot of sense. And if you guys remember, this also aligns with the rumors of Street Fighter 6 being a PS5 PC exclusive to show that they are, investing in the fighting game community in the competitive space. You already know that on their channel, they're constantly having Mortal Kombat tournaments, Street Fighter tournaments, anything that revolves around Arc System Works as well, which is another studio that was a huge acquisition rumor as well. We were talking about this, I think, like a year ago, about Arc System Works possibly being a candidate for Sony when they're looking for a studio to buy. And it makes a lot of sense given that they are invested in EVO now and they want to have their own first-party lineup. They have to have their own first-party lineup. I think it's very important for them to do that. And of course, it's great to have Street Fighter 6 being a PS5 PC exclusive if that is the case, which we still don't know for sure. But it would be even better to have a studio that does specialize in fighting games. So NetherRealm would be that candidate. I think it makes a lot of sense for them to go ahead and try to buy them if it's a possibility, right? It also depends on competition. Like, I know that Microsoft probably would want to buy as many studios as they can from them. But again, they are dealing with the whole Activision thing. So that is a possibility to be something that would hold them back at the moment from purchasing anything else. But I feel like they could get away with buying a studio over, like, say, a huge publisher. So maybe just buying a studio wouldn't be that much trouble for them versus, say, buying all of WB, which I don't think they would do at the moment, especially with Ubisoft kind of there as well. I feel like they would be more likely to go after a Ubisoft over WB. But we'll see what happens there. But when it comes to the whole Sony side of things, again, NetherRealm, perfect match. Mortal Kombat, perfect match. Great history between Sony and NetherRealm and Mortal Kombat. Like, that IP and the NetherRealm studio work really well. I have worked with Sony for a long time, so I feel like it makes a lot of sense. I know it's a definitely a multi-plat game. I understand that, but they do have a history with Sony for a long time. So I think it makes sense, even if you give in the whole EVO situation. And then also with Street Fighter 6 possibly happening to be a PS5 PC exclusive. And then Arc System Works makes a lot of PS and PC games that don't ever really make it to Xbox for whatever reason. I mean, the odd time they do, but not every single time. I think Guilty Gear is pretty much a PS4, PS5, PC exclusive title, which is something that they have done. And Arc System Works has done that frequently with their games, where they kind of exclude the Nintendo platforms, or they exclude the Xbox platform. So it's not out of the ordinary. So I do think overall there's zero chance that Sony is going to go after all of WB for sure. Like, I just don't see that happening. You know, competition, deep pockets, their money could be spent elsewhere for better purposes, but I could see them doing NetherRealm and Mortal Kombat. That would make a lot of sense. Maybe that sounds obvious, but I feel like maybe sometimes the obvious thing makes the most sense. So that's my thoughts on this, but that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I'd love to hear from you. What do you make of this entire situation? Do you think Sony will go after anybody at Warner Brothers Discovery? Do you think they're going to look for any studios or any licensing of IP, which I kind of find weird? I don't think Sony would license the Mortal Kombat IP. I feel like they would probably more likely go after studio. But let me know what you think in the comments. As always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description. Share this video with a friend. I'll talk to you all on the next one. Take care.